Hey there, welcome to Professor Purl, a YouTube channel about knitting. I'm Nicole and this is episode 45. I'm in a different location. I'm in my living room instead of my porch, and I just thought it'd be fun to sit by my cozy fireplace and be by my pink poinsettias that I love. Just feels like cozy season, and I thought I'd share what I've been up to. This knitting YouTube channel is like a space where I share what I've been knitting, what I'm working on, finished objects, works in progress, the typical cozy thing. Everything I'll talk about today is linked below in the description box, and you can find me on most of the platforms as Prof Purl. So the knitting update, like the quick elevator version, is I haven't been knitting. And I'm wearing a Teach sweatshirt because I am a professor. I'm a math education professor. That's how the YouTube channel gets its name, Professor Purl. And on one hand, maybe I haven't been knitting because it's like week 14 of the semester. Next week is the last week of classes, and then it's final exams. It's just a busy time. And my daughter Matilda, who turned 6 today, she is so busy in like swim team and things like this, and violin lessons and ballet. So we're busy. And that is often like what I might think of like why I'm not knitting, but I always knit in those spaces as I'm taking her to different activities, and I knit in meetings usually. And so like the main reason why I haven't been knitting is Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I'm not a book talk, bookstagrammer. This is not a book YouTube channel, but I do love to read. I think a lot of knitters love to read. We love cozy things. Knitting and reading go really well together. I'm not a fast reader, but I read for joy, and it's something I'm really proud of, that I am able to work and still make space for myself and self-care with reading and knitting. That being said, I cannot think of a higher praise for a book to say I basically stopped knitting because of this book. I started to read Fourth Wing from my library, and it was a busy season semester, and I could just tell it was good, and I got about halfway through the book, and I had to return it to the library. And I was pained by it as I wanted to know what happened. And at the same time, Iron Flame was coming out, and I had pre-ordered it, and I had pre-ordered, no, I didn't pre-order this. My pre-order was delayed for Iron Flame, but it didn't matter because I like hadn't read Fourth Wing yet. But the picture of the pre-order looked like it didn't have these kind of black splayed edges, which it turns out it did, but the picture didn't look like it had it. So I was just in my head of like, you know, the wait time at my library currently today, Kyle and my husband and I looked it up. It says several months for Iron Flame at my library, the wait time. So I was like, I'm gonna buy these books instead of using my library. I'm an avid public library user. So we went to Barnes & Noble's like at nighttime, like on a Thursday. Was it maybe November 9th or around there? And I bought the holiday version of this from Barnes & Noble's. It has like bonus chapters. It's this red cover. I just was really excited about it. There was the sign said sold out for Iron Flame, but one of the workers had one in the back. It didn't really matter because it takes me a while. I'm a slow reader. But every single one of these chapters, I had to read the next one. And there were nights, several nights where I didn't knit. I just would be reading and not knitting and not watching TV or like doing any of the things I would typically cozy knit at night and do. And so, yeah, I didn't even knit last night. It's been like 24 hours and I haven't knit because of Iron Flame, the second book. I just really like the story and the writing, and it just is very adventurous and action-packed, a little spicy. I'm sure you've heard all about it on the internet, but basically military school for dragon riders. This was kind of like the first year, and now this is like the second year, and I'm loving it. I'm loving my dragon life and my book life, and it's been a really hard semester. Very busy, very hard for lots of reasons, and it's been nice to feel like I can kind of escape in reading about this world. Anyway, this is not a Bookstagram account, so I need to stop talking about it. But this is why I don't have a lot of knitting. I do have knitting to update. I've been working, this is also not like me, pretty monogamously on 2 sweaters. And though they're not done, I've made substantial progress on both, and I'm really proud of that. So I will show those. And on this YouTube channel for 2 years in a row, I've done Vlogmas. I love the advents, the yarn advents, and chocolate advents and all the advents. And so I thought I'd share some of my yarny advent plans and maybe my plans for Vlogmas, which is this week. And I'm gonna try it for a 3rd year in a row. I have no idea how it will go and how I'll keep up with it because it's a different season of my life that's just really busy and stressful, but I'm really excited to do it because it's fun. It's something I really enjoy. I enjoy celebrating the holidays with my family and celebrating winter and the cozy season. Our library has a cozy reading program right now. It's just, I really enjoy all that. And so I'm gonna try and do Vlogmas again. So we'll see. So thanks for being here, and let's chat about my 2 sweaters. The first sweater I wanna chat about is my Love Note. I'm hosting a Love Note Love Knitalong. It's the 3rd annual one of this that I've done, and it's wrapping up this week on December 1st. And you can enter on Ravelry. There's not a lot of entries on Ravelry yet, and on Instagram with the hashtag LoveNoteLoveCal23. I've knit 6 Love Notes. I have a video about that if you're interested in, and I am on my 7th Love Note. And the next row I'm on is to split for sleeves. So I did a provisional cast on. I think for my 8th one, I'm gonna try to not do a provisional cast on and just go straight away, like a lot of top-down sweaters. The pattern calls for provisional and I just do it. And if I do on my 8th one, if I do a provisional cast on, I wanna try it. I wanna challenge myself to do a different provisional cast on. I always do the crochet edge. So that's why there's this pink. The Love Note pattern has a classic, you know this pattern. It has a classic iconic lace detail, and I'm just doing it without. I have a subscription to the Arkansas Yarn Company Sock Society, so I have a lot of single skeins, so I'm going to fade this. My plan is, once I split for sleeves, is to take my 2nd skein and start fading. The 2nd skein I have, let's see if it's nearby. Yeah, here it is. So you can see this has a lot more color in it. But I think this is gonna look really good fading. So I'm going to do, after I split for sleeves, like every other row, I think for maybe like 20 rows at least, and then finish the bottom of the sweater in this color. And then do the collar all in this, and then also fade the arms. And I'll keep track of like how many rows that I'm fading for, so I can do it consistently in the sleeves. I just bought some Knit Picks mohair to hold with it. And the yarn base is more cream and this is mohair is more white, but the fabric looks amazing. Yeah, so my next row is splitting for sleeves. So, not very far, but I told you I haven't been knitting that much. I've been reading. And I have, to date, I think, I've been keeping it in this basket. I have, to date, I don't know, not to be cheesy, but the best price. So if you've been participating in Love Note, Love Knitalong, and you haven't put your hashtag in on Instagram, like, now's your time, because it's such a good prize. Okay, prepare yourself for the cuteness. Okay, it is from Kettle and Hearth Fibers. I signed up for their email subscription. And as soon as I signed up for their email subscription, I got an email for a little discount code. So highly recommend going to Kettle and Hearth Fibers and signing up for an email for a discount code. And the cutest Christmas project bags. There's so many amazing Christmas bags out there, like in in the world. So many talented makers, but like this one is like la creme de la creme. It's so good. Okay, ready? Ready? Look at that. Okay, this fabric. And if you stick around to the end of this episode, I'm gonna have a little sneak peek into my Vlogmas. We just got back from Leavenworth, Washington. That like our favorite thing is like gingerbread cookies and things like that. And so I got to pick the fabric, and I knew we were going to Leavenworth, and I knew that like I knew that I associate Christmas with like gingerbread and like the holly. And so I was like, this is gonna be the fabric I pick, and I'm so excited to share this as a prize. And I've kept the box so I can mail it to the lucky winner in the Kettle and Hearth Fibers. I had to open it so I could show it because it's just so good. And the fabric is so soft. It's, I think, organic twill. Anyway, so I'm so excited for whoever gets to win that. Okay. My second sweater, I've shown so much. So if you're a regular subscriber, you're gonna be like, oh yeah. I've been keeping it in this Portland leather tote, and Portland leather is having a, not sponsored here, is having a sale, and I just really like their purses a lot. And so, okay. So this sweater is the Milkweed DK by Jamie Hoffman. My friend Emily from the Botanical Knitter has been knitting one of these. She knit hers a long time ago, and we went to a yarn festival and we wore them together, but mine was not finished. So I had the bottom of mine on holders. I had not started the sleeves. They were on holders. Maybe you watched the video and you saw that I was walking around with a whip. Wear your whip. But on our road trip to Leavenworth, I was just knitting this a ton, and I, in just like a day, finished a sleeve. So that was exciting. And I knit a lot in the car instead of reading because I was sitting in the backseat with my daughter Matilda, and it was nice to knit because I could chat with her and like hang out with her while knitting this. Oh, this is so important. Let me tell you about the yarn and the modifications that I made on the sleeves. So the yarn, the DK base is Explore Knits. It's my first time knitting. That's not true. It's my second time knitting out of Explore Knits. I was gonna say it's my first Explore Knits project. My first Explore Knits project was the Secret Test Knit, which I still have not shown on this podcast, and I cannot wait to show it. But this is my second Explore Knits project, and this color is called Sequim, and when I bought it and when I was knitting it, I didn't think I'd have enough to do sleeves. And I not only had enough to do sleeves, but I did long sleeves, and you'll see I modified them to actually be bigger than the pattern. And then the color work I did in Fuwa, which is a brushed cashmere. I'll double, trying to see if I have that here. Oops. Yeah, so I held this double. I pulled from the inside and outside. Fuwa is pretty expensive. And so I think it's pretty cool that you can like make a product out of it by using one skein, like in your color work. So you could hold it single and use it as color work if you were doing a fingering weight yarn, like a fingering weight sweater. But this is DK, so I held it double. And I just love the look of the fuzz. I want to do another color work Fuwa sweater, I feel like. It looks so good. Okay. Fits me great. Fits me great. I did not think I would have enough yarn because the pattern provides yardage for your size. And I swatched and all that, and it matches. And I would have needed, according to the pattern, I would have needed 6 of these. And I did make some slight modifications, like the pattern suggests to do a high-low hem. I did not do a high-low hem. I did not make the body length as long, which obviously uses a lot of yarn. So, but that being said, I will only use 4 skeins of the DK. So I have plenty. So this is all I have left, but I have a whole sleeve done. And I'm on my second sleeve and a substantial amount of my second sleeve done. So I think I'm gonna have enough yarn. I really do. I think I'm gonna have enough yarn. We'll see. So I did modify, oh, I haven't knit in like 2 days because I've just been reading, but the last time I knit was on my road trip home, and I started here and did this much. That is 6 hours of knitting. And so I feel like a lot of people would knit more than that in 6 hours. I mean, it was 6 hours of like stopping. I have a 5-year-old, like playing with her, talking with her. So 6 hours of like social knitting with my daughter. It's pretty good though. I'm really proud of that. And so the modification is, maybe I'll put a picture of the pattern in here, but the pattern has like sleeve decreases so that it's like a fitted sleeve or just like a tapered sleeve. And I did not do that. So whatever the circumference of the sleeve was here is what I just continued and just did it straight until the length that I wanted. And then I did some quick math to see like how many decreases I needed to do in one round to get to the circumference of the cuff. So like the pattern provided like, oh, like this is how many for your size, this is how many stitches you should have for your cuff. And so in that last row before I did that, I just rapidly decreased down to that amount. And it creates like a little tiny poof sleeve. And it looks like a style that I really like on. And so I think it's so amazing that I thought I was gonna have to have a short sleeve or a 3/4 length sleeve sweater. And then not only did I get long sleeves, but I got like poofy long sleeves, which I like. So not done. I think it would be nice to have this done by December 1st. So I'm gonna start knitting again today, maybe. I think it would be nice to have this done by December 1st because of Vlogmas is coming, and Advent season knitting is coming, and it would just be nice to feel like I've finished something and I'm not just starting like 500 things, which is what I'm really good at doing. From this point forward, I'm going to talk about my Advent knitting like plans, Vlogmas knitting plans. So let me know if you watched my Vlogmas last year. My family, not just me, my family, we are like really into Advents. And not just like yarn Advents, just like Advents. Oh, I realized I don't even have all my yarn Advents. I only have 2 of them. Okay, so I might have to get up and get a second one. Here, or third one, sorry. Okay, let's just get into the Advents. Okay, I decided to put them in cute little boxes. In the past, I have not done that. And then I just like had all these brown boxes out, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. But I decided to put them in cute boxes. I don't have enough cute boxes for the cute plans. Okay. I'm going to show you my Bumblebee Acres Advent, which is like my first Advent that I'm going to talk about. It's all wrapped, so there's no spoilers, but there's one skein that's not wrapped. And so if you have the Bumblebee Acres and you don't want to see the unwrapped skein, like if it gets delivered to you, you're going to see the unwrapped skein, but maybe you've looked at it in a way they didn't. I just want to like say, like, if you're not, I don't think it's a spoiler, but if you feel like it is, like, just fast forward. Okay, Bumblebee Acres. So they have each of them kind of like gift wrapped like this. This is actually a Christmas gift for my mother. And I love Advents. This is like the best Christmas gift to give me. So, yeah, so this is a gift for my mom. And this is what came inside of the Bumblebee Acres Advent. It's like a little description of it. It's so cute. I'll just read you the first sentence. Hark, dear friend, and here are merry tidings. We welcome thee to our Bumblebee Acres 2023 Advent, a wondrous journey through our farm, family, and traditions. So excited. Okay, and then there's this main skein that's kind of cream. My original plan up until today was to knit the Calico Quilt Shawl, which is a pattern by them. And I love it so much. And so that was my plan for this. However, just today, Bumblebee Acres did a little sneak peek of a new pattern that's coming out tomorrow and it's so cute. And it uses the main skein, which I'm going to show, which again, maybe you don't want to see. And it's this cream cozy Cormo lab. It's, oh my gosh, words. Cozy Cormo lamb, 75% Cordia wool, 25% nylon. And look at that, cutie lamb. Okay, this is not a color I would just use on my own. Personally, like it's just, I don't know, it's just not. And the pattern that they are coming out with has like a little bit of color. This, it looks like a feather and fan kind of situation. And I just adore it. And so I feel like I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot my plans. And even though for weeks, maybe months, as soon as my mom told me, actually, as soon as my mom told me that she was giving me a Bumblebee Acres advent, I immediately thought of the calico quilt shawl because I think it's so beautiful and I love the triangles. And so I've had my heart on that for probably months. However, I love the idea of using this skein that's supposed to go with my advent that I don't think I would ever use like on its own in their new advent. So anyway, I think I'm gonna pivot to their new shawl pattern. Hopefully I'm putting in a picture of that as well. And I'm gonna keep it here in this cute little thing. It also, and I really appreciate that the advent came with this tote bag. Like, is this the nicest Christmas bag ever? No, it's just a tote bag. But as somebody who has like 500 whips, I appreciate an extra bag. So I'm gonna put my shawl in this little thing that came together. So that is my first advent that I'm gonna cast on, hopefully on December 1st. I'm very excited about this Corradale situation and the Bumblebee Acres. I'm very, very thrilled about it. I don't consider myself like a farm girl. The advent is farm themed. I do not consider myself a farm person, but I do, I'm excited for the farm theme. Okay. In this box, Marion Bright box, is my Chelsea Yarns advent. And I got a Chelsea Yarns advent last year, which I have started knitting. I haven't finished. So I'm getting a second advent. And I haven't even finished knitting the first one. So I'm kind of conflicted on like, if I'm going to pull that sweater out and work on this one both at the same time. But I'm really excited about it. I think the Chelsea Yarns advents are just incredible. And so I'm going to show you, when I open up, it's going to be kind of like what I saw when I opened up the actual box that came in. But there is a little bit of a spoiler in it, but I feel like it's not a spoiler. It's their main skein, the 25th skein. It also wasn't wrapped. And it's on her website, and she just showed it on her last podcast. Which, side note, they gave my Cozy Comfort shawl a shout out on their podcast, and it like made my Thanksgiving. But in that episode, they also show the main skein, and it's beautiful. So I'm gonna also show that. So warning in case you don't want to see that. Okay. So here's my Chelsea Luxe advent. Keeping it in here. Everything's wrapped up. It came with like this mint tissue paper, so I put that in there. It came with these like little mint tchotchke things. Put that in there. Okay. And this is what I love about the Chelsea Yarns advent is it comes with like an art, like an art inspo pick, and then you can imagine that the yarn was gonna fit into this yarn inspo. And the main skein for sure does. I'll show it next to that. And then they also have another piece of art usually that describes each day and like the colorway's name. So like day number 1 is 5th Avenue. So as you can see, this is a New York themed advent. Okay, so this is the 25th day skein. If you don't want to see a spoiler, like you've been warned. But I want to hold it up to the artwork so you can see how cool it looks. And I got this glitter sock base. So yeah, I love this so much. And they packaged theirs really well with these like bags that have been stamped with the number. And so anyway, I'm really excited about this. And last year I don't even remember the name of the sweater, but I was doing kind of a top-down raglan sweater striped with mohair held. So I knew I didn't want to do that with this. I wanted to do something totally unique. And since I'm not finished with one that has mohair, I thought it would be nice to do something that didn't have mohair and just like really let the sparkle shine. So my plan for the Chelsea Yarns Advent is to start. I have no expectations of finishing it in the time. In fact, I know that's not going to happen, but to slowly start and just enjoy the process of knitting the heirloom quilt cardigan. I have eyed this sweater since before it came out, like while it was like being tested. I have just adored this sweater. And was it this summer? Either this summer or early fall, I was at Naughty Lamb. I don't even remember with what event I was at Naughty Lamb. It was this fall, maybe. I was at Naughty Lamb and Anna from Zero Yarns was with me and we had our daughters and I don't remember, and Courtney was there. This was the fall and I don't remember why. Maybe we just wanted to hang out. But we were at Naughty Lamb, and when we were at Naughty Lamb, there was a woman there that we don't know. I think I started following her on Instagram and I don't even remember her handle now. But she had made the heritage quilt cardigan and I loved it. I'd been following the hashtag, like knew I was gonna probably do this with my Chelsea Yarns Advent at the time. And I saw her in the wild with this sweater and it just like really solidified my feelings. And I asked her a lot of questions about it and she held her fingering yarn double for this. So that's my plan. I did order 2 more skeins of Chelsea Luxe yarn that are solid in case I pull out a yarn that I really want to knit and put it in my sweater and I'm like not, like there's color work in it. And then what if I don't think 2 colors should be together, right? So I wanted to have some options of like a medium tone and a dark tone in solid. So I think I got Gold Rush and Beet Juice. Hopefully these are good decisions. I don't know. And they are not glitter. So my sweater will be a mix of yarn that's a glitter base versus yarn that doesn't. Okay, so that's 2 big projects I'm starting. You can see why it would be nice to finish my other sweater. But I'm really gonna start a 3rd project too. So for 2 years in a row, the Bitten Mitten has sent me Advents. And I started a project last year and this, you can see I was just like really successful at finishing my Advent projects last year. I was not. I am 100% committed to seeing this through the Advent season. So this is one of the things I'm trying to, oh, this is the right side. Last year, the Bitten Mitten had a sea themed Advent. And so each one of these colors had a sea kind of nautical name, which is why my stitch marker here that's marking the right side is like an octopus tentacle. And I just love it. And you can tell that I've been in, even though it's my first time getting the Bumblebee Acres Advent, I enjoy their patterns because this is a Bumblebee Acres pattern that's called the Speltless, I think, Speltus. And how many days have I done? So I'm on the 10th day. So, you know, not quite halfway, but I remember thinking this was just enough knitting and it was easy. And I love how it's kind of looks like that bread that kind of like weaves back and forth. And it'll be a scarf. And if I recall, the pattern had like tassels. And so, yeah, I'm gonna bring this back into the rotation. And I'm definitely gonna add this into the rotation, I think. And so my Bitten Mitten Advent, I don't have it to show you, but it is on the way. But this is an example of last year. I think what I like about the Bumblebee Acres patterns for Advents is that some Advents are just completely cohesive. Like my Stressless ones was all like just completely cohesive. So you can put it all in one thing and it like looks like, not eclectic, it just looks like all one cohesive like colorway. And a lot of Advents like are this that are like a little bit more eclectic where it's like it's cohesive but also like it looks different. Like you know, like would I normally put this green, this color? Maybe not. But it looks so good together with these. It's got this very, I don't know, I just love it. And so while I'm chatting with you about this, it's making me feel like, since I'm feeling that way, and I wanted to do the calico quilt shawl with maybe with my bitten mitten that's on its way, I should do the calico quilt with this. So I can do the speltless with this one from last year, and then do the calico quilt with this year's. I think I need to like just like get in the mindset, like when everybody's doing like a Christmas Eve cast on or a New Year's Eve cast on, that I am not that person, because I'm casting everything on December 1st. And so my January knitting is going to be obviously lots of mini skeins. So that's what I need. Oh, cute. Look, this is a stitch marker from last year from the Bitten and the Purl. I think I had this in here. I remember now. I was going to flip it out. I think I was going to switch. So now I can use more than one. It's great. Okay. So that is sort of my mini skein advent plans. I do have another yarning kind of advent. I'm gonna go grab that out of my bedroom, bring that over here. Oh, before I do, I forgot to show that I bought the adventure pack for Chelsea Yarns advent. So I'm gonna show that before I show my sock. I did a self-striping sock one. So this is kind of a nod to the Bloomingdale's bag, but it says the big Chelsea tote, and it came with these. And so again, it's just like a canvas tote, but I am going to put my heirloom quilt cardigan in here. And I just appreciate these little totes because I'm starting all these projects and going to be running out of bags. Okay. So that's all the mini skeins. So now I'm gonna hop to my bedroom and grab my sock plans. Okay, this whole time, sitting by my cozy fire wasn't working because I couldn't figure out how to fully get my fireplace on. Now my fireplace is on and I can show you my last advent. Okay, last year I did a Woolens and Nosh advent. They have awesome self-striping, and so I really loved it. And so I wanted to do Woolens and Nosh again. I forget who I was watching. Maybe it was Melissa from Stitches Be Slippin' that is splitting an advent. Genius, because I did a Woolens and Nosh last year and I have exactly half left, if not more, and my socks are super tall, like way taller than I normally make. And so I think I was sharing that because the Woolens and Nosh advent is expensive, and so I think if you have like a knitting friend, it would be amazing to split it with somebody. Okay, so this is the art. I think I had loved it last year, and then this art just got me, like with the moon phases. It looks so good. I love it so much. Okay. The other thing I really like about the Woolens and Nosh advent, this is last year, and they did the same thing last year and it's the same thing this year, is it's pre-wound and inside a bag. So like, I have no idea what these skeins look like. I don't need to wind them. I can just start knitting and be surprised. And I think that's pretty cool. And like, there's like a little snap. And so I can do that on both sides. I ordered, I think the DK, it looks like DK yarn. So I did that because I obviously have a lot of like advent situation going on. And so like knitting a thicker sock is cozy and fast. And there's other little extras. I won't give that away. But I think part of the reason why it's an expensive advent, in addition to all the time that it takes to dye like self-striping yarn, ball it up, put it in a special bag, have the art, in addition to all of that, there's little extras. And so those are those, I won't show them. We'll show, again, it came with a main skein, like a kind of main skein that you can use for your cuffs and your heels, and it's this gray color. So what I would like to do in an ideal world, if I like actually knit and stop reading, is wind this up like tomorrow or Thursday and do my cuffs either Wednesday or Thursday before December 1st, which I think is Friday, because I remember last year feeling like I got behind on my sock because I was like knitting the cuffs. So I was thinking if I could just do the cuffs, it might feel really nice to have that going, because then I can like just start into the stripes. Last year, I did a cuff and then just knit all 25 stripes and then did a toe and then used the yarn to cut in heels. And because of that, my socks were just so tall because 25 stripes is a lot of stripes and I do not have a big foot. So yeah, they're like very tall. Like, I'm not gonna call them knee socks, but they're like the tallest socks that I own. So that is my Advent plans. That is way too ambitious. Like, I'm not gonna get all this done. I think last year the only Advent thing I finished were my socks. The 2 years before, I actually finished an Advent project. I finished a shawl and I finished a sweater. And so I think it would be nice to wrap up, in addition to a pair of socks, like one other Advent project. I do have something else I want to show. Last year, I did a Christmas exchange with friends and I'm doing it again this year. And as part of that, I got this really cute bag from Ginger Snap Fibers with the gingerbread houses on it with snaps. And I also, from Cozy Cauldron Fiber Co., got this really cool Winter Wonderland sock sets. This is Label, Cozy Cauldron Fiber Company. Their colors are just like amazing. Look at that. And when I did this like friend exchange, I ended up like, in addition to all the Advent projects I have, I ended up casting out a pair of socks. And oh my gosh, you can tell I was doing this while traveling because there's like crayons, like, you know, it's like crayons on an airplane you get. So apparently it's been in there since I last traveled home for Christmas. But I think I cast this on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So I did a 2x2 rib here, and then I did a 3x1. I should know that since I have a 3x1, like knit 3 purl 1. So I did a 2x2, knit 3 purl 1. Then I added stripes in, and I did this. And I almost have a whole sock done. And this like little yarn holder, and so I've got the minis in here. I think it would be really awesome. I'm just like laughing because there's like another yarn in here, but anyway. I think it would be really awesome if I also finished this pair this Christmas season. And who knows if that's gonna happen or not for me. But I mean, it's nice. It's already started. It's ready to go. It's in a Christmas bag, ready to go. So, okay, that's like a lot of Christmas. Let me count how many projects it's going to be. 3 new Advents, self-striping sock, this sock. So that's 2 more socks. And then I really would like to do my bit and mitten. That's 6 things. That's just like, okay, completely unrealistic. But if you watch my Vlogmas, you'll see I am very unrealistic during this time of year, and I'm just gonna embrace it. I think it's like really fun to look forward to that kind of stuff, and so that's sort of my plan. All right, that's that. I usually will share like Professor's Pearls, like my reflection. I will share personal things. I'm not gonna do that today because of time and whatnot. I need to go pick my daughter up. It's her birthday. She's at school. I need to go pick her up from school. But hang around if you're interested, because from this point forward, if you want to know, like if you usually like to watch my personal section, or if you like my Vlogmas, I'm going to give a little sneak peek into like what my Vlogmas style might be like a little bit, and just share what our weekend in Leavenworth, Washington was like. It was over Thanksgiving weekend. And I know some people feel really passionate that like Christmas doesn't start then, but for our family it kind of does. And yeah, there's like a really cool Christmas ornament store. Leavenworth, Washington's kind of a Bavarian German town. So there's lots of gingerbread, Christmas ornaments. There wasn't as much snow this year as last year, but yeah. So if you're into that, I hope you enjoy the next bit, but thanks for being here. Hopefully you'll check out my Vlogmas this week. Bye. Thanksgiving. And Matilda, where are we on our way to? Leavenworth, Washington. It's like one of our favorite places to go. And so I thought it would be really fun to show you a little glimpse into our weekend, because there will be some Christmassy things like gingerbread cookies and Christmas ornaments. And so I thought it would be fun to do like a little Vlogmas prequel, if you will. So I hope you have a really great Thanksgiving and enjoy time with us. All right, say it now, baby.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So we had an early dinner, more like a lunch, because last year we ate at the same place and we waited for like 2 hours, so we wanted to get there early. So it was like after lunch, like 1 p.m., right, Kyle? Yeah. And then walked downtown Leavenworth, got some gingerbread cookies. What kind of gingerbread cookie did you have, Matilda? A giant leaf. Yeah. And I was surprised at how many stores were open. I just love Leavenworth. It's like 360 mountain views. Last year there was snow. This year there's not snow. Oh, we went to a Christmas store. Did you get a new Christmas ornament? What kind did you get?
A bell and a seahorse.
A bell and a seahorse. And I got like some pink poinsettias. I can't have them. Why can't I have them?
Because they're just too big.
They are big.
You shouldn't listen to Daddy or me.
Daddy didn't say no. You were saying no? Do you think they're too big?
Dad said no and I said no.
I don't remember Daddy saying no. Did you say no, Kyle?
Tiger, because we gotta think about it.
No, we said no tiger ornament at first because Nicole picked out this giant tiger ornament. It was like $100. Yeah, we'll think about it and think about it for tomorrow. Anyway, that's how our Thanksgiving going. So I think we're gonna head back to the hotel and relax. Okay, it is 4 p.m. the day after Thanksgiving, like Black Friday, I guess. If, you know, let me know if you're into Black Friday shopping. Last year, the day after Thanksgiving, we did some shopping in downtown Leavenworth. It's so cute. You can see there's like this mountain view. There's Bavarian style, like all the stores and the food is like German influence. So we really enjoy it. Today was just wildly insane. It was so busy. Like, it was busy last year, but like probably twice as busy. And I don't know, one of our like conjectures was like, well, maybe it's because there's not that much snow this year. And so maybe people came out. It was just like a really nice sunny day. It's like in the 40s Fahrenheit. Hey Kyle, wasn't it like so busy?
Yes. Is there always zip up? Let me zip it one more.
Yeah, it we were like not sure if we're coming back next year. Like that's how busy it is. So I mean, it was just like, for instance, there's this place we love to go to called the Gingerbread Factory, and the line was just down the street, and so we did not stand in line for that. And no judgment towards people that did stand in line for that. It's just we decided to like go to a park instead and get away from the crowds. And basically last year we parked downtown, like just like in like public parking, and like walk to downtown Leavenworth, and that wasn't an option today because of how busy it was. So we ended up parking at a park and hiked through the trails. Kyle, what was the name of the park? What was the name of the park? Enchantment Park. And Enchantment Park. I don't know. I'll link it below. But yeah, and we like hiked through there to get to downtown Leavenworth. So that ended up being really great. Ready to hike back?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's wait. Bye. You're cold. Today's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and
Oh yeah, it's Saturday.
it is Saturday. What did we just get done doing?
Eating donuts.
Eating donuts. How many donuts did you have?
2.
Two big ones. Were they really yummy?
Yes.
Yeah. And what was the name of the donut place?
Glaze.
Glaze. Stick it. Oh. Wait, what are you calling this scarf, Attila?
Snuggle scarf.
Snuggle scarf. Isn't that a cute name for this? I can't stop reading this book. I literally was reading it on the elevator down from our room. And I'm almost done. I have like 100 pages left.
100 pages.
Yeah, I have like 100 pages left. Let me know if you're reading Fourth Wing. Like everybody probably is. You're probably reading Iron Flame, the next book. Anyway, this has consumed me this trip. I also last night finished knitting my sleeve. No, I'm not talking to Kimmy. I'm talking to like my knitting friends. So I also finished knitting my sleeve on my sweater. So that's exciting and it fits really well. So that's kind of what's up. What's our plans for today? You don't know. Kyle, what do you think we should do?
Chill.
Chill.
No, let's go to Leavenworth.
Go to Leavenworth. Do you love Leavenworth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you love about Leavenworth?
Yeah, what do you love about Leavenworth?
Snow.
The snow. There wasn't a lot of snow yesterday though, but we can see some snowy mountains in front of us, which is nice.
I don't see the snow without it.
You don't see the little peaks there? Well, okay, so right now we're waiting for coffee because we need to be caffeinated. They had coffee at the donut place, but it was like drip coffee and I didn't know if I'd like it. So we're in line for Dutch Bros. Hope you're having a really nice weekend.